What's good? Today we'll be talking about the hypothetical situation if two of the most well-known characters in fiction, with no powers, no gadgets, butt booty naked, just straight hands. Together we will find out who would win this glorious fate. Without further ado, let's start with Goku. So Goku is a Saiyan, which is a warrior race, so he's literally made and born to fight. And he was sent to Earth as a baby. Now, Goku was a bad boy as a child, seemingly with the intention to conquer Earth, but after a head injury, he became a good boy. So Goku is known for his incredible fighting skills, his cravings for getting stronger and fighting, to the point where his cravings for fights were deemed as selfish by the writer himself. Goku faces many tough people and participates in several tournaments, often saving Earth and other planets from destruction. He's basically been training and fighting his entire life. I honestly think Goku's character embodies themes of perseverance, friendship, and is a good figure in self-improvement. But to start with his exact skills, let's start with OG Dragon Ball, where times were more simpler, where it's mostly hand-to-hand combat, rather than nowadays where everything's flashy and everyone's having blasts thrown up their asshole and getting their hair changed the more mad they get, or how strong they need to be to defeat the antagonists. If we look at the way Goku fought in this time, we see that his style resembles more of a complex style of Kung Fu and Karate. But what makes Kid Goku so impressive is that he perfectly utilized the Kamehameha ability from just watching Master Roshi do it, which is more impressive than you think because it displays just how analytical and how quick Goku is to learn and adapt. He also had a similar feat where he copied a pretty complex move that he saw someone else use. He then proceeds to copy an advanced version and improve it even further. Now we have King Choppa's attacks being copied from literally just being seen once. No demonstration, nothing. Goku simply saw it once and copied the 8-arm technique to use against Tien. And a strange thing Goku does is that he seems to randomly learn things mid-battle, which we've seen already, but what's notable is that he learned how to fly while fighting Piccolo. And Goku's impressive skill of managing to pick up techniques from simply seeing them is not only shown within the OG Dragon Ball, it is also picked up within Dragon Ball Super, where he learned Hakai pretty quickly. But every time Goku is in a tight spot, he relies on sheer strength and power, by doing these ridiculous moves such as speeding like a tornado. And let's not forget, he uses his bow staff a lot. Especially in OG Dragon Ball. And don't forget, Goku knows the Turtle School style of martial arts, which we know is basically the top dog of martial arts within the verse. And Dragon Ball has martial arts like Muay Thai, boxing, wrestling, Kung Fu, Wing Chun, etc. Despite the fact that the martial arts of the Turtle School is clearly a mixture of karate and Kung Fu, and that it's also based off of traditional Chinese 5 animals martial arts, along with other martial arts of that nature, we cannot ignore that it is pretty much top tier within the verse, and just with this notion, Goku is an excellent martial artist. The older Goku got, the more controlled in his fighting he got. That is even showcased when he committed domestic violence against his wife, where he hired a lot of defense such as blocking and dodging into his style. A better example is when at the start of his battle with Tien, where he even made use of slips. He started to utilize more grappling into his fights and looked for weaknesses within his opponents, albeit he still relied on power every time he was in a rough spot. Oh, and a funny little thing, he actually bites when fights get serious. And now we're going into Prime Dragon Ball, which is Dragon Ball Z. And this is where combat peaked because nowadays most Dragon Ball fighting is just
You fucking bitch!
Now, in Dragon Ball Z, Goku's fighting style seems to be heavily kick-oriented, almost like he's taking a kickboxing and taekwondo kind of approach to hand-to-hand combat. It is even showcased in games which have to perfect his fighting style, and I've always noticed he has this thing of rapidly kicking in the air. Albeit this will require powers which doesn't have within the scenario, it doesn't stop him from using actual kicks. His moves are fluid, acrobatic, and grounded in martial arts fundamentals. But as the series progresses, Goku starts relying on powerful techniques like the Kaioken and Super Saiyan transformations, which amplify his speed and strength, but make his fighting more about raw power than pure technique. And in intense battles such as Vegeta and Frieza, Goku often shifts to a brawling style, using sheer power to overwhelm these powerful guys that he's fighting. And by the end of Dragon Ball Z, particularly in the fight against Majin Vegeta, Goku's style has more Muay Thai elements, such as knee strikes, leg checks, showing a significant improvement in his overall combat skill. Despite his growth in various aspects of martial arts, Goku still remains poor at grappling, and pretty much struggles when caught in close range holds. And that settles the Goku martial arts scaling for now, and which is an excellent martial artist. Now let's move to Batman. Batman, also known as Bruce Wayne, is a billionaire who becomes a vigilante after witnessing his parents' murder as a child. He is driven by justice and a desire to protect Gotham City. He uses his wealth to train himself to peak physical and mental condition. But Batman is actually one of the most misunderstood and complex characters. He's not driven by vengeance, but by a desire to use his position to ensure that others never lose what he lost so many years ago. But I think it all depends on the writer and how they see Batman. I see Batman as a mixture of both. Unlike many heroes, Batman has no superpowers and uses his intellect, detective skills, and a vast array of gadgets. His personality is brooding and intensely focused, and he struggles with his inner demons. And that's why, it attracts a lot of these literally me guys. It really shows the indomitable human spirit. He operates from the Batcave and uses fear as a tool to fight crime and bring criminals to justice. But in a world of craziness and superpowers, he's ought to know how to fight. Let's take a look at his general skills. Batman uses a lot of boxing, which he learned from Ted Grant, while also knowing karate, jiu-jitsu, and judo. Batman also has this thing where he is known to perfect a technique with every teacher he has. And due to how skillful he is, he pretty much knows every nerve strike in the body. Knowing this information, Bruce Wayne can strike vital points of the body, which can cause paralysis, prolonged pain, or even death. As showcased here where he's using Din Mak. Bruce can improvise different martial arts to suit the job for different goals, such as being able to disarm criminals more effectively. We see this with the improvised Aikido he used. Additionally, he likes to switch styles very frequently during battles, such as in this fight, where he starts with Tantui, then Wing Chun, then Wushu, and tries ending it with some capoeira. Batman is also very quick at recognizing the martial arts his opponents use, as shown here where he identifies Kung Fu and even identifies Kiribati martial arts. But one of Batman's most impressive statements, which is also shown as a feat to be true by the authors in DC media, is that he knows every single martial arts to actually exist. But to others, this shouldn't be a surprise, as he has been trained by the best fighters around the world and has a wide variety of combat skills that are used in his fight against crime. And now that we're done analyzing these fighters, time for the conclusion. And the winner is Batman. And hold your tits, let's remember we're talking about no powers, just straight martial arts. And while Goku's training is out of this world, literally, Batman's no slouch either. This guy's trained in over 127 different forms of martial arts. He basically has the entire martial arts encyclopedia downloaded into his brain, along with the scientific nerve strike system of the human body wiki page into his brain as well. And let's be real, Batman has no reliance on any superpower, while Goku, especially nowadays, does rely on all these different blasts and hair colors. With Batman, he'll outthink you, outmaneuver you, and the next thing you know, you're on the ground wondering what the heck just happened. And unlike Goku, Batman has a lot of grappling experience and skill, along with the nerve strikes Goku would struggle with. So yeah, in a purely martial arts battle, Batman will take the win. He's just got too many tricks up his sleeve for Goku to handle. I love both of these characters though. So the message of this video is, if you can't beat them with powers, just learn 127 martial arts. And that's all for today, folks. See you next time.
Is a simulation being controlled by by other beings, then let's test it. Hello, other beings, if you're out there, show us a sign. What if I just turn around right now and see